Deep in the heart of the Amazon, the sounds of the jungle usually provide a peaceful backdrop to our remote camp. But today, the atmosphere changed. There was a stillness in the air that suggested something massive was moving just out of sight, watching us from the shadows of the thick riverbank. It started with a subtle ripple in the water, right where we fetch our cooking supply. At first, we thought it was just a submerged log shifting with the current, but then we noticed the rhythmic motion. Something alive, something heavy, was gliding silently toward the muddy bank right in front of our tents. Then the head emerged. It was wider than a human hand, with eyes that seemed to reflect the ancient secrets of the swamp. This was no ordinary snake. It was a giant green anaconda, an apex predator of the waterways, and it was heading straight for the center of our campsite without a moment's hesitation. The sheer scale of the creature became apparent as it hauled its muscular body onto the dry land. It seemed never-ending, coil after coil of thick, patterned skin dragging over the leaves. We stood frozen, realizing that our small clearing had just become the playground for a multi-hundred-pound serpent looking for a place to rest. Chaos erupted as the snake moved toward our gear. We had to move fast, not to attack, but to clear a path. Anacondas aren't typically aggressive toward humans unless provoked, but a creature this size can cause immense damage just by moving. The sound of snapping twigs and rustling canvas filled the air as the invasion began. Looking closely at the patterns on its back, you can see the incredible camouflage that makes these giants nearly invisible in the murky water. Each dark spot is unique, like a fingerprint. Up close, the power in those muscles is terrifying. It's a living machine designed for constriction and survival in the harshest environments on Earth. As the snake reached the kitchen area, the tension was palpable. It began to investigate our food crates, its flicking tongue sensing the chemicals in the air. We watched from a safe distance, hearts racing, as the giant serpent navigated between our fuel cans and cooking pots, turning our home into its own personal obstacle course. Scientists say these creatures move onto land to regulate their body temperature or to find new hunting grounds. In this moment, it felt less like a scientific observation and more like a test of nerves. The snake didn't seem bothered by our presence. It simply owned the space, moving with a heavy, deliberate grace that demanded respect. The most incredible part of this encounter was the silence. Despite its massive weight, the anaconda moved with a ghostly quietness. It navigated over a large fallen log with ease, its body flowing like liquid over the rough bark. It was a masterclass in movement, showing us exactly why they are the undisputed kings of the Amazonian floor. After what felt like an eternity, but was really only about an hour of intense proximity, the giant began to turn back. It had completed its patrol of our camp and seemed satisfied. It slowly realigned its massive head toward the water, the same way it came, leaving a flattened trail of grass and mud in its wake as a reminder of its visit. Watching it slide back into the river was just as breathtaking as seeing it arrive. The water swallowed the massive serpent effortlessly, the dark surface closing over its scales until only a few bubbles remained. The jungle seemed to exhale as the predator returned to its primary domain, leaving us with a story that would last a lifetime. This encounter reminds us that we are guests in their world. Respecting these magnificent animals is key to preserving the wild places they call home. If you enjoyed this glimpse into the wild, don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. We have plenty more adventures coming your way soon from the heart of the wilderness.